So December 2nd, some more events or things you should be aware of because the December 2nd portal, X-Men First Class, Bay of the Pigs, Invasion of Cuba. So then it goes into like Ishmael Izzy Ortega when they talk about the Bay of the Pigs and like the X-Men. So like when I think about Ortega and Cuba and the two braids and what happened with the X-Men and the Cuban Missile Crisis. So look over that because that's part of the energy. So Fidel Castro, look into his energy. The Monroe Doctrine, which goes into like James Monroe, the president, who had the doctrine December 2nd. So again, Ortega, Jenna Ortega, Wednesday Adam, Two Ponytails, Cole Brings Plenty, John Benet Ramsey's, the Annabelle doll. Those are all part of this. So James Monroe, 4/28 to July 4th. Independence Day aliens, red hair, blue skin, the X-Men. So he's in office from March 4th to March 4th. So look at the energy up. Because it reminds me of Norma Jean Mortensen, who goes by Marilyn Monroe. So December 2nd, you know, the coordination with Marilyn Monroe. John Quincy Adams, President of the United States, July 11th to February 23rd. So again, this is just me going over it lightly, but you could do a deep dive into these people and these events because this is your portal. And the more you know about your portal December 2nd, the more you'll understand how I race the movies and everything I've said in the past 19 videos. So again, Jenna Ortega, and then going back to the Bay of the Pigs and the X-Men Ortega. And Wednesday Adam, the middle of the week, the Wednesday, the Purgatory, and the Adams family. So Jenna Ortega as Wednesday Adams, teenager who possesses psychic powers. So if you're born December 2nd, you have a lot of psychic powers. You connected are people that are psychically connected to you, will connect to you because of Oracle of Delphi. Ortega also plays Goody Adams, Wednesday's deceased ancestors from the 1600s, who appears in her visions. The Goody, when you click on it, says Good Wife, Goody, Mrs. Goodman, John Goodman. All right, so that energy. Think about Good and Plenty, and I talked about this Good and Plenty, Biggie Smalls song, and how it reminds me of Coal Brings Plenty, and about like coals and diamonds, and Andy Stone and the diamond, December 18th. Just them trying to mine for coal and diamonds and, you know, the soul stones. So then I told you about like the connection to Malcolm Jamal Warner, 818, Coal Brings Plenty, 818. And the candy is the previous owners was Warner, like Warner Brothers, right? So when you go into that, you'll start to see the connections like to Hershey's Company, Licorice, Twizzlers, Milton S. Hershey. Look into him, September 13th to October 13th. September 13th came up because of the connection between Fiona Apple and then Tyler Perry wearing the dress, the red dress run in New Orleans, the red dress from the Matrix. So we talked about all this. So when you go into the events of village holidays, again, it sends you back to the previous codes because everything is all just one big circle. So you could go into Warner Lambert and Pfizer, Warner Brothers, they make movies. And you think about it, the Warner, they make sugar and candy, but also give you Listerine. So people who give us food and candy also give us dentists, Listerines, and all these things. So it's like, how can someone giving you candy that's bad for your teeth also be someone giving you Listerine that's fixing your teeth? They're making money off of making things bad. That's how the world goes. The world, when it's evil, is giving you things and then correcting the things that they gave you and saying you should thank them for it. So mouthwash created by those people, and also Twizzlers created by the same people. Twizzlers introduced 1120, 1112, 112. It's red. So the Twisties, the Twizzlers, the two Z's, like two S's. So the twists. So 1112, 112, 112 Ocean Avenue, and Biden. So we talked about that. So like Charlie and Chocolate Factory and the Golden Ticket and the chocolate, and them just like mining energies of the melanated people and people like natives and trying to get the energy. So again, 1120 Joe Biden, Twizzlers, 1120 Robinette, like Batman and Robinette. So Manifest Destiny is part of a code that releases December 2nd. So look into Manifest Destiny. Look into James Polk, this November 2nd to June 15th. June 15th, Mary Lowell Portal. 1120 is like 112. So 112 Ocean Ave, Amityville. 112 Cupid. Yeah. So they had a Haitian event in 1804, which reminds me of 418, which is the birthday of, well, the day that Lorraine Warren, who, Annabelle Doll connection, Amityville connection. 418, she passed away, reminds me of 1804. So Haiti declared independence January 1st, 1804. We talk about Haiti, the voodoo dolls, and how it connects to the energy of this December 2nd portal. So when we're talking about like slavery and abolishing slavery, a lot of December 2nd has to do with like being unslaved, especially when it comes to your mind. So looking into your birthday decode will help you get your mind freer because you'll understand what's going on in the decode. The Civil War, the abolition of slavery, a lot of that has to do with December 2nd birthday. So again, you go into events and religious holidays on Wikipedia, it'll tell you about the things involved in it. Like a lot of Napoleon codes are connected December 2nd. And Napoleon basically, his energy is connected to Haiti because French was a colonist there. And when he was busy buying the Louisiana Purchase or selling it to America because he ran out of money, he really couldn't find a revolution in Haiti at the same time trying to be in America, trying to buy things. He ended up just losing the Haitian Revolution and selling Louisiana back to America. So a lot of things to do with these slaves and not being a slave. Mental slavery is part of slavery. So look into Napoleon Bonaparte and these things that are in the December 2nd events on the Wikipedia. Look into John Brown, who passed away December 2nd. He was an abolitionist and he was taken out. So born May 9th, passed away December 2nd. So he passed away on your portal, so you might see him in the spiritual realm. So the Philippine-American War, Charles Dickens. We talk about Ford Model came out. Alabama ratifies to abolish slavery. So Herbert Hoover, born August 10th, passed away October 20th. He's involved in like a lot of the energy for December 2nd. So U.S. President Herbert Hoover proposed $150 million to help generate jobs during the Great Depression. So look into that. So the Convention for the Suppression of Trafficking Persons and Exploitation of Others, December 2nd. Like I said, December 2nd has a lot to do with freeing your mind so the rest could follow. Be colorblind, don't be so shallow. So December 2nd and slavery and demolishing mental slavery and getting free. Britney Spears is like the poster board of I'm a slave for you, but I need to be free, but I can't because they are using everything to control my energy, type energy. So again, when I talked about Grandma reaches shores of Cuba, lots of Cuba, Fidel Castro, look into that. Che Guevara, because he's part of like the Cuban Revolution, who reminds me of the guy from V for Vendetta, so go watch V for Vendetta. Fidel Castro, look into his energy. All right, some more events that happened, like University of Utah, Barney Clark becomes the person to receive a permanent artificial heart. I think about Barney. I think about Selena Gomez being on the Barney show. I think about Selena Quintanilla wearing that big purple outfit and reminding me of like Barney because it's that purple and that energy. Utah, the Mormons, lots of energies there. Atlantis shuttle, so we're talking about space. You go into Pablo Escobar, who was born December 1st, actually passed away December 2nd, which is the birthday portal I'm working on, December 2nd. You go in this guy right here, I'm not going to mention details, but it has a lot to do with December 2nd because this man and his wife passed away December 2nd. They went to a hospital and took out some people. It's December 2nd. So his wife was born July 13th, which is the day that they tried to take out Trump, remember? And then June 14th, he was born, which is Trump's birthday. So you have Trump's birthday being Saeed's birthday, June 14th. And then you have her birthday, July 13th, his wife, who actually, just look up these names because I don't want to say that on TikTok, but this is a very interesting case. So they wanted to go into the Apple phone. We talk about Apple a lot. They had Apple phone. They tried to get somebody to hack into the Apple phone to see who they were calling, but they couldn't get the policy overruled for them to go into the Apple case to see, like, why would they go in there into this hospital in Bernardino, California to go do what they did. This has a lot to do with the McAfee case because John McAfee knows how to get into Apple phones, but he was like, I'm not going to go into it for you, which is probably why he passed away because he didn't want to do the dirty work and go into the Apple phone through a back door. So again, going to Napoleon, born August 15th, passed away May 5th. Today is August 15th. Jennifer Lawrence, August 15th, Hunger Games. So that's what we're in. The Phoenix. The Empire of France and Haiti from